Hello YouTube, I am back again today, this time with a deck profile of my Malefic, what would I call it, a Malefic Gustav Max Turbo. And over a year ago, I would imagine, when Gustav Max was first announced or whenever it was first put on Dueling Network, I was just looking through cards and I stumbled upon this and I'm like, let's make a deck around this card. This card looks like it could be busted. And this was before I knew anything about Hieratics or anything like that. I'm just like, I want to make a deck out of this. So what I did is I just went to Dueling Network, put in monsters, put in level 10, and hit enter, and looked through all they had. And this is kind of what I came up with. I made some edits, and I might pick this deck back up later for funsies. But for now, I'm just showing you what I got. So, to start off the deck profile, I run 3 Medion the Time Lord. You can normal summon this card if you don't control any other monsters. And you take no battle damage from this card, and when it battles, you return all monsters back to the hand, and your opponent takes 300 for each card, except for this is returned, and during your next 10 by phase, this returns. So this card, you can just normal summon it, and then summon another level 10. Just make Gustav Max, because with this deck, you just want to hit your opponent hard with a big beat stick, and use Gustav Max to try to do massive damage. And next, we run Malefic Cyber End Dragon. It's a level 10, you special summon it with the greatest of ease. You should know what this does. And then Malefic Rainbow Dragon. It's another level 10 that is a Malefic you can special with ease. If I remake this deck, I'd imagine I would take these out just because you do draw into the Rainbow Dragon since you have to store it in your deck. So, yeah, they'd find their way out of here. I don't know, I'd have to work with the deck a bit more, but yeah. But this just lets you go get more 10s on board so you can overlay. Next, Malefic Stardust Dragon. This deck is very prone to dead hands, especially as you can see this is a terrible build. It looks terrible just looking at it. But you just need to get field presence, and this gives you awesome field presence and protects your field spell. And it has one more job, which we'll get to in a bit, but you probably see what it is. 3 Exodios, the Ultimate Forbidden Lord. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning all monsters from your grave back to your deck. This lets you not only recycle the cards in grave, because there are some floaters, and it just puts a 10 on board, and that's really all it can do. And people made this deck around the same time I did, although we had no whatevers, but they put in like Mirror Ladybug, and it combos with this card. I don't know, I didn't think of that at the time. 3 Cyber Eilton. You special summon this card by removing from play all light machine monsters on your side of the field and in your grave. And then you nuke all face-up monsters on the field. So this card is really good because you special summon it, you nuke pretty much the entire field. Then you can make your Gustav Max attack directly. Detach for effect, 2,000. That's 5,000 just in one short combo. And we run, of course, stuff to pull them out, which we'll get to. As you can probably see if you haven't quit watching, you obviously see what it is. Or if you can, I'll get to it. Tragodia, it's just good. Tragodia is good. This wasn't in my original build. I don't know why. But I put it in there, and it lets you get to Gustav Max a lot quicker. Now, the other reason I run Malefic Stardust is Malefic Parallel Gear. You can synchro summon using this card, but the other synchro material has to be 1 Malefic from your hand. So what you can do is normal summon this, synchro it with Stardust Dragon to special out Malefic Paradox Dragon, and it's a 10. Plus, there is that situation where you can use its effect. You know. Now I run 1 Marshmallow. It fits the theme because the deck likes to burn. So it fits the burn theme, plus it just stalls you out. Then I run 3 Reflect Bounders. If this card is in attack position and it's attacked, your opponent takes damage equal to the attack points of the monster attacking it. So this just lets you get a bunch of extra burn damage on your opponent, and it's a machine light, so it's one of the targets you use to get you banish to get Eelton on the field. Then I run 3 Cyber Larva. If this card is attacked while face up, you take no battle damage for the turn, and you can special summon, and when it's destroyed, you can special summon another Cyber Larva from the deck. So this just lets you stall out, and of course it's a light machine, so more Eelton fodder. Then for the spells, I run 3 Malefic. World lets you search for your Malefic cards, and it's the field spell you need to keep these guys live. I ran 2 Field Barrier because this deck really wants the Malefics to function. I would probably switch these off for Terraformings to get to Malefic World faster, though. So let's put those in. Terraformings. And then Mallet. I put Mallet in here to try to correct some dead hands and to put back a Rainbow Dragon. But if I take out Rainbow Dragon, I don't really need it. And then normally you'd see Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Born from me, but here you only run Heavy Storm just to get rid of your opponent's back row, because you don't really need to Dark Hole, because you will almost always have the bigger monsters. And as for Monster Born, a lot of the stuff in your deck can't be reborn. If I remake it, I might put it in. And for the traps, 3 Metal Reflect Slime. It's you activate it, you special summon this card. It's a trap monster. It's 3000 defense, level 10. So just another way to make Gustav max. And you can just sit on its 2000 defense, and then 2 Royal Decree, just because this deck will lose to things like a well-placed warning, a bottomless, those kinds of things. And then for the extra deck, which is very important for this deck, you run 3 Gustav max. As in the title, it's a turbo deck. You just want to make this as quick as possible, get that 2000 burn, and things are lovely. And I run 3 Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyers. This card takes 3 level 10s, and believe it or not, I've pulled it out more than once. And what you do is you detach a material to destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls, and your opponent cannot activate spell and trap cards in response to the effect. And it's 5000 attack, so just lets you nuke the back row, so get rid of those deep prisons and mirror forces out of the way. And then go in for that 5000 punch. And then I run the Cyber Ends for the Malefics. Already talked about this for the Malefics. And Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I've done this before where your opponent will like special summon Cyber Dragon because they're like playing anti-meta. Then you can like normal summon Cyber Larva and contact into Fortress Dragon. The deck's pretty fun. Of course, I'll need to tweak it to now fit to my playstyle now that I'm better at deck building and just the game in general, because I made this over a year ago. But that's the deck profile. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.